You are standing over a potential life-changing find, but you're going to walk right over it because you're looking at a piece of plastic instead of listening to the earth. Most beginners treat their metal detector screen like a slot machine, waiting for a perfect, static number to tell them when to dig. But if you want to move from an amateur who finds rusty nails to a professional who unearths silver and gold, you have to break your addiction to the visual display. You have to learn the language of the dirt. This is the art of hearing the echoes in the soil before you ever look at the screen. The biggest trap you will fall into is trusting the VDI, or visual discrimination indicator, as an absolute truth. It isn't. The numbers you see on that screen are just a guess based on the target's conductivity and the ground conditions surrounding it. If you are hunting in an area infested with iron, that iron will physically drag your VDI numbers down, making a silver coin look like a piece of trash. Ground mineralization, the orientation of the target in the hole, and even the moisture in the soil can turn a guaranteed quarter into a jumpy, unreliable mess on your screen. If you only dig when the screen says 99, you are leaving 80% of the treasure behind. To truly master this hobby, you need to invest in a high-quality set of headphones. Without them, you are missing the subtle sonic information that modern detectors are designed to provide. Headphones don't just block out the wind, they allow you to hear the texture of the sound. You need to hear the baseline, what experts call the threshold. Think of the threshold as your detector's voice. When set correctly, it should sound like a faint mosquito buzzing in your ear, a constant, rhythmic hum. This rhythm is your North Star. If you swing too fast, the threshold will break or null, telling you that you've overrun your own signal and need to slow down. Once you have your baseline, you have to learn to distinguish the rhythms of the targets. You aren't just listening for a beep, you are listening for a break in that mosquito buzz. A repeatable, clean signal is what you want. If you swing over a spot and hear a high-pitched, sharp zing that repeats every time you pass the coil, you are likely over copper, silver, or brass. These are the high conductors, and they demand your attention. But don't ignore the mid-tones. A solid, repeatable mid-tone is the classic signature for gold rings and nickels. The danger zone is the broken tone. If the sound is erratic or stuttering, your machine is likely trying to tell you that you found a pull tab or a piece of shredded aluminum. But the real mastery comes in identifying the sounds of the things you don't want to dig. Iron is the enemy of the beginner, but it has a very specific voice. Most decent detectors will give you a grunt or a quack when they pass over iron. If you hear that low, guttural quack, that's iron telling you to move on. However, there is a psychological hurdle here, the iron mask. Sometimes a desirable target, like a small gold coin, is sitting right next to a rusty nail. In these cases, you might hear a wonky or jumpy signal that doesn't sound quite right. The amateur walks away because the screen is confused, but the pro digs it because their gut says there's a good tone hidden inside that iron grunt. Then there are the hot rocks. In many gold-bearing areas, you will encounter rocks that are more mineralized than the surrounding soil. These will trick your detector every time if you don't know their voice. A hot rock usually produces a trailing, hollow sound that some describe as a laser beam. It lacks the crisp, round punch of a solid metal nugget or a coin. If your detector sounds like a sci-fi movie, you are likely chasing a hot rock, not a treasure. Your ears can also tell you exactly how deep a target is before you ever pull out a shovel. A faint, whisper-thin signal is your detector telling you that the target is deep, likely 8 inches or more. A screaming, loud signal that almost hurts your ears means the target is shallow, perhaps just an inch or 2 below the grass. You can even determine the size of the object by the thickness of the sound. A tiny rivet will produce a short, sharp zip, while a large aluminum can will give you a big, broad, thick screaming signal that remains loud even as you lift the coil several inches off the ground. This auditory focus also helps you navigate the halo effect. When a metal object stays in the ground for decades, its minerals leach into the surrounding soil, creating a halo of mineralization that makes the target sound much larger and stronger than it actually is. If you dig into the ground and the signal suddenly disappears, don't walk away. You likely broke the halo, but the target is still there. Trust the initial echo you heard and use your pinpointer to find the solid center that the halo was protecting. Success in this game is about the KISS process, keeping it surprisingly simple. Don't get overwhelmed by the 50 different settings on your control box. Go back to your factory presets, put on your headphones, and focus on the ripples in the stream. Every swing of your coil is like dropping a rock into water. You are looking for that ripple to bounce back to you with a clear, repeatable voice. Set your sensitivity only as high as the ground allows. If your threshold becomes chirpy or erratic, you've turned the volume up too high on the earth itself, and you're drowning out the very echoes you're trying to hear. Remember, metal detecting is a long game. You are going to dig up a pound of trash for every gram of treasure. But the person who finds the most treasure isn't the one with the most expensive machine. It's the one who has trained their ears to hear the difference between a rusty boot tack and a silver dime. Stop staring at the screen. Give the grass a tickle with your coil, keep it low and level, and listen for that break in the mosquito buzz. The earth is screaming its secrets at you. You just have to learn how to listen. Stay in the hunt, keep your head in the game, and let the echoes guide your spade.